Welcome to the AI Hustle Podcast, the podcast where we break down the latest in AI news, tools, and interview experts helping you hustle and do more using AI. If you've been following the podcast for a while, you'll know that over the last 6 months, I've been working on a stealth AI startup. Of the hundreds of projects I've covered, this is the one that I believe has the greatest potential. So today I'm excited to announce AIBox. AIBox is a no-code AI app building platform paired with the App Store for AI that lets you monetize your AI tools. The platform lets you build apps by linking together AI models like ChatGPT, Midjourney, and 11 Labs. Eventually will integrate with software like Gmail, Trello, and Salesforce, so you can use AI to automate every function in your organization. To get notified when we launch and be one of the first to build on the platform, you can join the waitlist at aibox.ai. The link is in the show notes. We are currently raising a seed round of funding. If you're an investor that is focused on disruptive tech, I'd love to tell you more about the platform. You can reach out to me at jaden@aibox.ai. I'll leave that email in the show notes. I feel like you're going to get sick of this intro. I sound a bit like a broken record when I say one of my favorite things about AI is healthcare and how it's going to help with drug discovery and blah, blah, blah. I have this whole spiel. If you've listened to other podcasts, if you're new here, well, that's the spiel. If you're not new here, you've heard me say that many times. But today is another case where I really think AI is going to do some awesome things. Today, we have a really exciting move. GPU giant Nvidia is going to drop $50 million into a biotech startup. As you know, I absolutely love this space. I think biotech's amazing. $50 million is a big play, especially when it's coming straight from one company. You know, you see a lot of times where these new startups are going to put together rounds that are based off of a number of different investors. And when you see one where it's essentially one investor putting a big chunk of money into another company, you kind of have to start thinking about like what the strategic alliances here are. Nvidia, this is kind of a no-brainer for them, in my opinion. It does two things that is going to really help Nvidia. Number one, putting $50 million into any startup that it uses a lot of GPUs. So this startup evidently is going to be trained with a lot of AI models. So they're going to have to buy GPUs from Nvidia and other chips and other compute. And so Nvidia oftentimes directly makes their money back. In fact, I've heard some investors go so far as to say a lot of these investments Nvidia is making is juicing the numbers for their stock price. It's like recycling the money because they know they give it to the company and the company gives it back to them by buying their stuff. But then Nvidia can clock it as sales where, they wouldn't be able to make those sales because that company wouldn't have enough money to make those sales otherwise. So I've heard some people say that Nvidia is juicing the numbers here, which, I won't make any accusations. That's just, that's just word on the street. That's just me saying what other people are saying. In any case, I do think it is a smart move for, the stock price, obviously, of Nvidia, but obviously also because they want to get as many companies as they can using their GPUs and buying from them. If this company becomes successful, inevitably when it upgrades to the next version, or when it wants more compute power and Nvidia comes up with their new chips, they're going to be buying those as well. So they want to get them on the Nvidia ecosystem, and they want to lock them in. So this does make a lot of sense. In any case, Recursion is essentially an AI startup that is a drug discovery engine. So this announcement, which hit the wires on Wednesday, pushed Recursion's stock up 83%. So that is massive. And that is giving its investors definitely a big reason to celebrate. I hate to talk about these kind of big announcements from companies, like the fact that Nvidia invested in their company and then boosted their stock is that's the story, because I don't think that should be the story. The story should obviously be what the company does afterwards. I hate the whole hype around I hate it when people base their perceived value of a company off of how much hype it gets in the news, how much their stock price went up, and at the end of the day, that isn't adding a lot of value to their niche or industry. What's adding value to the niche or industry is when they have amazing outputs. So let's talk about some of those. Recursion currently counts AI luminary Yoshua Benguio among its advisors, is going to harness the colossal amount of biological and chemical data on its hands, which is over 23,000 terabytes to train sophisticated AI models on Nvidia's cloud platform. So right here, boom, that's the reason they're doing it. They're going to be on Nvidia's cloud platform. They don't even have to go and buy the GPUs from Nvidia. They can just jump on their cloud platform. And so when Nvidia gives them $50 million, they know they're going to spend that right back. I believe GPT-4 took around $63 million to train. And so, this thing might not be quite as sophisticated. And, hopefully it takes half of that to train. But either way, Nvidia knows they're going to be making a lot of that money back immediately. Similar to, a move Google Cloud paid $3 million into Anthropic, and then Anthropic said we're going to be training on Google Cloud. So it's the same kind of move. We're going to see a lot of these, I predict, in the future because, as it were, it is juicing the numbers in a sense that it keeps pushing NVIDIA's stock up more. And oftentimes when NVIDIA puts a $50 million investment into a company like this, it boosts NVIDIA's stock, like 10x, like $500 million, or even if it only boosted their stock $100 million, it's worth it for them. They're making money just off of these investments, which they know are long-term good for their ecosystem and for the market. So in any case, I think it's a powerful combination of machine learning and bioscience that could pave the way for accelerated drug discovery that Recursion is currently trying to develop. One of the biggest winners from the ongoing AI revolution, Nvidia, is also set to gain even more from this arrangement. I think the chipmaker plans to license these freshly minted models to biotech firms via BioNeoMo, its new generative AI cloud service for drug discovery that was launched earlier this year. So obviously this is a strategic partnership for the sense that, this company is going to be training models on its platform, but it's also going to be able to take these and license them. So as part of the investment deal, Recursion handed over 7.7 million of its Class A common shares to Nvidia, which is translating to around 4% equity in the biotech firm. So, good move on their part. Recursion runs the Recursion OS, which is an innovative platform providing critical data sets to pharma companies for designing and formulating new therapeutic drugs. I think it's worth noting that this move comes on the heels of Recursion snapping up a pair of companies in the AI-driven drug discovery arena for $87.5 million in May, which they're really doubling down on their commitment to AI in biotech. But what's interesting here is they literally went and spent $87 million to go and buy a couple companies, and then they received a $50 million investment. And it's kind of interesting. But then when you look at the fact that their stock price went up from this $50 million investment 83%, that the 4% they gave away to NVIDIA, whatever that deal is worth, is obviously that 83% pump in stock price made them way more money than probably the $50 million investment, which is kind of a funny thought. With NVIDIA's software in its arsenal, I think Recursion really is kind of aiming to bolster not only its own drug discovery pipeline, but also those of some of its partners. I think it's currently partnering with and collaborating with a bunch of other, big heavy hitters. They have Bayer, they have Roche, they have the Salt Lake City, Utah-based firm Roche, which is currently running human trials for 5 of its drugs, one of which is in mid-stage trials targeting a neurovascular disease triggered by malformed small blood vessels in the brain. So I think backing Recursion's really exciting journey in the biotech space are a lot of prominent investors. They have a lot of big players in the space. They got Abu Dhabi sovereign investor, Mubadala, and also the UK-based investment firm Beide Gifford & Co. The announcement has made some major positive impacts on Recursion's stock price, like we mentioned earlier. Shares, I think, went up to around $12.40 among heavy trading volumes. If this momentum continues, I think it could mark the best day for Recursion's share price since listing back in 2021. I think it's a pretty exciting ride for the biotech firm and proof that this is really a big play to be made between AI and life sciences. I think they're excited, and a lot of other people looking at the space are pretty excited to see what the implications of this are. Overall, I'm really bullish on the way that drug discovery is going to be impacted by AI. And what's interesting here is this isn't just NVIDIA benefiting from it. This isn't just Recursion benefiting from it. This software is going to be licensed to Bayer and all of these other major companies. And so overall, I think with everyone collaborating, we're going to see a lot of really positive impacts in drug discovery. Hopefully a lot of incredible medicine will be developed in the near future based off of, help from AI to speed up the whole process. And we're going to be seeing some amazing cures to some, previously unsolved diseases and things that people were previously unable to overcome. So this is a very exciting time to be in AI, in healthcare, and in biotech. If you are looking for an innovative and creative community of people using ChatGPT, you need to join our ChatGPT creators community. I'll drop a link in the description to this podcast. We'd love to see you there, where we share tips and tricks of what is working in ChatGPT. It's a lot easier than a podcast, as you can see screenshots, you can share and comment on things that are currently working. So if this sounds interesting to you, check out the link in the comment. We'd love to have you in the community. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Hustle podcast. If you could do us a massive favor, we would really appreciate it if you could leave us a review wherever you get your podcasts. This helps people find the podcast. It helps people know this is a good place to go. And we would really appreciate it, as it helps us continue to bring on incredible guests and share incredible content for you to listen to.